All right, we've got 5 minutes on the clock to unpack one of the most dynamic financial hubs in the world, the UAE stock market. We're going to skip the headlines and dive right into what actually makes it tick.
First things first, just to get a sense of the sheer scale we're dealing with, look at this number. We're talking about a combined market cap of almost 4 trillion dirhams. That's well over $1 trillion US dollars. This isn't just a regional player, it's a true global heavyweight.
But, size isn't the whole story. Resilience is really the name of the game. Sure, you're going to see short-term bumps, like this recent 2% dip. That's totally normal. But when you zoom out, the bigger picture shows a market that's climbed over 5% in the last year. And it's this contrast, this push and pull between the daily noise and the long-term strength that we're going to explore.
So, here's our game plan. We'll start with a quick snapshot of the market itself. Then, we'll shine a light on the top performers. After that, we'll get into how you can actually get involved, look at the forces shaping what's next, and wrap it all up with the one big takeaway.
Okay, first up, what is this market actually built on? Let's take a look at the foundations.
So, the UAE market isn't just one single thing. You should think of it as a powerful dual system. You've got the Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange, the ADX, and the Dubai Financial Market, or DFM. Together, they create the absolute bedrock of the region's financial world. And the vital signs right now? They're incredibly strong. We're talking over 449 billion dirhams in turnover, with some huge volume projected for this year. And this is all happening while the entire national economy is on track to grow by a really solid 5%, mostly because of that successful push into non-oil sectors. That's the key driver.
So, with that strong foundation, who's actually leading the pack? Let's get to know this year's star players.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because this chart tells a super clear story. The top 3 performers, Emaar, Aldar, and First Abu Dhabi Bank, are showing some absolutely massive gains. And right away, this points you to the 2 powerhouse sectors that are just fueling this market, real estate and banking.
And if we zoom out a little to the top 10, that trend just keeps going. You see more banking giants like Emirates NBD and Dubai Islamic Bank, and you also start to see the huge players from the energy sector, like the different ADNOC companies. The strength here is obviously really deep and well diversified.
And this chart just illustrates that perfectly. 40% of the top-performing companies are in banking. Energy and real estate are taking up huge slices of that pie too. These aren't just minor players, these are the core pillars of the UAE economy, and they're the ones leading the charge.
So all this growth is great, but how does it translate into an actual opportunity for an investor? More specifically, how could someone from outside the country get involved?
Okay, here it is. This is the big one. The UAE offers this massive incentive. Your capital gains and your dividends are tax-free. For any investor out there looking to diversify their portfolio and really maximize what they get back, this is an incredibly powerful draw.
And you might think getting started is complicated, but the path is actually surprisingly clear. It all begins with getting a National Investor Number, or NIN. That's basically your ticket in. After that, you just pick a broker and you can start exploring those key sectors or even look at diversified funds that give you a taste of the whole market.
Now, if we dive into those sectors, banking and finance is a real standout. You have giants like FOB and Emirates NBD that aren't just growing, they're also paying out really attractive dividends. We're talking in that 4 to 6% range, which gives investors a nice, steady stream of income. And then you've got the other 2 powerhouses, real estate and energy. Companies like Emaar are just riding the wave of a huge property boom, while all the different ADNOC companies are benefiting from stable energy prices and a really smart move towards greener transitions. These sectors, they're the engines of this whole economy.
But of course, no market exists in a bubble. We have to look at the bigger picture and the different forces that are pulling and pushing on its future.
Every investor has to understand this push and pull. On one side, you've got the headwinds. Those are the things working against the market. And on the other, you have the tailwinds, the positive drivers that are pushing everything forward.
The headwinds are mostly global things, rising interest rates around the world, oil prices bouncing around, and geopolitical risks. But the tailwinds are local, and they are incredibly powerful. You've got the UAE's amazing economic diversification, a booming IPO market, huge amounts of foreign investment flowing in, and corporate earnings that are consistently strong. It's really a classic battle between global uncertainty and local strength.
So after going through all of that, what's the final takeaway here? What does all of this really mean for you?
It really boils down to three crucial points. First, the market's fundamentals are rock solid, built on an economy that's not just robust, but also getting more diverse all the time. Second, its strength isn't just in one place. It's spread out across key sectors like banking, real estate, and energy. And finally, while this market is tough and resilient, it's still plugged into the global economy, so it's not totally immune to what happens out there. Which leaves us with one final, big question to chew on. In a world that feels more and more volatile, could the UAE's mix of strategic diversification, strong fundamentals, and investor-friendly policies actually be the new blueprint for sustainable growth? It's definitely something worth watching. Thanks for joining me.
Please like and subscribe for more trading content, and then subscribe for more daily, weekly trading insights.